I'm Thomas. I'm the one who started the campaign for home purchase of home, and this is my first YouTube video. Or I've done. This is the. I keep messing up. The batteries was the problem last time. Anyhow, let's get right to the whole idea of this. Is that if everyone owned a home of some kind, regardless of how uh, grandiose or dirty, which you will see in a couple minutes, or big, or small, it would the attitudes of like owning instead of throwing away your money on rent, you would always it would just be so much better. The world would be such a better place. Uh, it everyone would have at least some place to be stabilized, and they could always go to and regroup, or they just progress or whatever. I mean, everybody needs the stability. This the rent, it ain't happening. 10 years I was on the streets in this, well, most of the time in this, um, that wasn't happening either, but at least I wasn't paying anybody any rent. So, other than the times I would, go to the state parks or the other parks, and, occasionally. So, and then the other aspect of it is to, why me? What, I'm just everybody ignores me or whatever, and I shouldn't, why me when there's all these other really dire other campaigns? Um, well, why not? It was my idea. The $200,000 house it's been my idea for a long, long time, and this is the other aspect you may have read. Then you also need to have some kind of stability. So a spouse and children, just typical, the American dream or whatnot. There are, I don't think I've ever been to an orphanage, but I think it's a pity that there's people out there. We have all these resources, yet there's children who nobody wants, and then in 18 years old they age out of the orphanage and they're lost or whatever. We don't need that when there's people. I might look old, but I have a lot of energy, and you know, I think then that's the end game, and then take it from there. But I tell you, yeah, see, I'm basically a pro-life person, so I don't want to be a hypocrite and say, well, let's all be pro-life, and then there's all these children nobody wants. So I think everyone should step up to the plate, and if you got some resources, let's all work together. So anyway, I don't want to ramble on too much, but at least we're getting started with the video. If I can get the screwy operating system and the learning curve, I was almost there yesterday, but yeah, this is the first step. Now, watching these batteries, we're already down to 2. Okay, we're going to have to go fast. I'm going to show you around this screwed up place. It is so screwed up. So, let's see here. I'm sorry it's so dirty. I just haven't had time. Oh, okay, this is, there's no water, as you can see. I turned these. I had my friend over here yesterday, and we did this. Now I accidentally deleted it, but we were, you turn it in the water. Why? Because there's a freshwater leak. And that's back there under a bunch of stuff. We don't have time to go. Yeah, I'd have to lift tons of stuff over to the other side to get to where the leak is, and then if you want to see it, I could turn the water on. Then we got a big mess. So at least, but it's fresh water, so that's not as bad as a sewage leak. other screwed up things. It's very dirty. It's going to take a couple weeks. I would have to get everything out of here. Now this is interesting. The AC works, but we routed it to bypass the 30 amp system and run off 110, excuse me, like a normal house. But see, this is limited to 30 amps, so stuff like this is all over the place. These holes in these lights, and some person had this before I bought it, and then both of these are all holes all in the bottom, like somebody was in here with the lights on for a year. Then there's no screens on these skylights. There's 3 of them. None of them have screens. And then the whole thing, I think only one is left that has that works. So I had to improvise, and this is all a big hassle. There's so much, I don't think we're gonna get around to all the problems. The door. Now this is just the inside. Wait till you see the out. This is very improvised. It's the most screwed up door that you'd ever want to see. That's the whole. My brother was helping me. We got it. We did some good. My neighbor loaned me a jack, and I was trying to this deal where we're trying to lift the entire jam up because it's out of square, and it's just all the wood's rotted out at the bottom. This is all can be fixed, but it's just. And then this happened recently. The darn curtains started just. I don't know, the elements, I guess. It's just there's just so many things. I'm running this video. You know, I should have made a list. I did once make a list, but it was just so depressing. All the, you know, I could go on and on. Just about everything screwed up in some way. And I'm sorry it's so dirty. There just hasn't been time because I've been working on this. I'll go try to get some stuff from outside. See, the door doesn't even lock. I have to. This is the problem. So then we go outside and. I was amazed at this cheap camera. Maybe it's not so bad. It would adapt unless I messed up the settings. This is even worse than the end. This is we did good up here, but then there's this is Bondo and just whatever we could. Somebody gave me a whole thing of that Bondo, and it's this is while I'm here. These are long stories how all this got this way. This is liquid propane. They won't deliver, so if I run out of propane, this is all got to be dismantled. Stuff's got to be put where it won't fall, and then it's going to be all day. Take all day. Then it's got to be re-leveled. And that you have to do that the next day. So this is where some people tried to break in Santa Barbara. It's a long story about that. I'm not going to have time to anyway. And then they tried, and then this was in Vista, California, where they cut the screen, and then. There's more screwed up stuff. This was an auto accident back in 2010, I think. It was knocked out there's one of the storage that could be fixed, but then this is I've tried, and somehow I'm gonna have to get a saw that'll cut power tool that'll cut metal. And get this, that was the generator gas tank. So I had to improvise. Well, this is the spare. It's, somebody stole the bumper. They were supposed to straighten it out, and we were working together. They did a good job of this leak. Oh, that's what I was going to say. There's leaks all over. That was what I was going to say from the inside. And then I never liked the bumper, but still, it's insulting when people rip you off. The police never do anything, never, to help me. So, yeah, so we're lucky to get through this video. Sorry everything's so dirty. So that's enough for today, and I'm going to try to get this uploaded today.